I'm Vriddhi, and I wrote a poem recently that I didn't realize that coincidentally kind of fit the theme. So it's called, for like all the immigrant kids out there, it's called WhatsApp Suite. And it's a suite, meaning it's like 4 poems and like quick poems and 1 big poem. 1. Glory be to the WhatsApp group chat. Veena auntie led last prayer in 4 attachments. Geeta auntie splayed her palms, a begging book flat to the sky, and caught a boon from the nothing. Blue lake of echoes. The topic for tonight is me. May we hang our heads in grief. But I am busy again as a child small enough to eat in earth, as big as Bangalore and be swaddled in twin Barbie sheets. Here, I live forever in the phones of the men who'd grab tea on the veranda and can be found in the wakes left of their motorbikes. Eternal outhouse of memory blinking back LED tears in the bed of my palm. Final catalog of WhatsApp texts from your grandma before she passed in the birth of a child. Gay son, suicidal daughter, same creature as one, killed in chainmail herbal medicine. Embarrassment born as the daughter of men who conspire with other husbands of their infidelities for an encrypted mistress. If they speak ill of me here, just know they would weep like a song over my grave. We pray we are less than 1 sentence, 2 check marks of confirmation, correction, away from humiliation, then the shame. We pray our loved ones behave. We pray for a moon, a sliver as slight as the one that means a message undisturbed. 2. You have 12 missed calls while you part your mouth for some cock. Did you check the last time when you were last called a good girl? After 3 voicemails from your mother, parting your lips in threads of spit to uncover a noir, wet pit. This key's port home to is a dark, slick mouth of salvation. On the other end, I see someone's hand reaching for my hair and another pulling. Where do I send my condolences for making you dirty? Where am I dishonest? Never trust the tears of an unruly woman or polite neighbors, for they all lie to me about our twisted fate and dull their knives for the chime of weddings. We are a tangle of limbs as meaty as sweat, beating on our backs like a shimmer, like all the gold in my mother's closet, like the sound they make when I play with them, like the laughter of a child. 3. Attachment. Little girl that lives in me in khaki grain and pigtail braids, bumbling on the vinyl floors like a scar. I said when I was born, shame and exhibitionism were lovers in the way of spirit science and constellation-born folklore. Stargazing where the fabric of darkness showed dots of light from loosened weaving. Shame and exhibitionism danced in a way that knit limbs and fed adrenaline. Shame mothered exhibitionism one day too much, and exhibitionism ate shame as a star. And one white streak across the sky, fading like a dupatta, we see shame fall. Then I will return home and we can play slick and dirty and panting in the mess we wind making. If you compacted years into the twin-size bed sheets, would be the same distance as the men who try to crawl into our beds at night, would be the same distance as the dark port of mouth, as dark as a bed of polluted stars. And oh my God, as you two hide how much you like all the wet stains, can't you see another one fall? Finally, 4. Attachment. May 7th, 2000. Print scans of baby photos from Trillium Health Partners, Mississauga Hospital, and Toronto, Ontario. I said when I was born, I remembered it as primordial goo, sloshing spherical to sphere between my mother's belly, shackled my little arms tight in my own blubber casing, like a mummy or in prayer, releasing me cold and filling this world soggy and sliding from the thick velvet of her underbelly. I always knew pain because I was born crying. I slid out from the world coated of midnight with no stars, vacuumed tight into a bright nothing. Amma, dear Amma. The first clipping is when I knew I didn't need her to become just like her. It was as exhausting a day as when Amma was unborn in Pati's stomach. In Tumkuru, when my Pati fell off a bike and watched a wake of dust kicked around her bruised ankles, as she watches my grandfather shrink smaller and smaller, a neck never turned back to see what weight could have dared left his back end. Conspiring, then older, and a baby begged being held. I was in her arms then, as frail as an obtuse legume boiled to a mush, and face twisted in a wail like a pinch. Remember the sweat and on her nose dangled from the little ball, her arms as small as mine, her eyes as big, and I'd never remember her this young again. Thank you.